Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome to Rock and Roll True Stories, and let's talk a bit about the news that's been happening the last little bit. So Wolfgang Van Halen, the bass player, the last bass player for Van Halen, if we don't know if they'll ever tour again, came out and defended pop star Billie Eilish for not knowing who Van Halen was. So Billie Eilish appeared on Jimmy Kimmel's talk show recently, and Kimmel played a little game with her where he was trying to test the 17-year-old's music knowledge. So he started questioning her as to whether she was familiar with Madonna. After she claimed she was, he asked her to name a Van Halen, and she basically stared back in confusion and asked who, to which Kimmel joked back, said, "I'm going to start crying." Now, of course, the response on the internet was pretty negative, and the videos actually hit social media in a pretty big way. But Wolfgang Van Halen came out and defended her on social media on Twitter, and he basically said, if you haven't heard of Billie Eilish, go check her out, she's cool. If you haven't heard of Van Halen, go check them out, they're cool too. He would go on to say, music is supposed to bring us together, not divide us. Listen to what you want and don't shame others for not knowing what you like. Now, in a strange twist of fate, Eilish was named 2019's favorite alternative rock artist at the recently aired American Music Awards, and she also sported a shirt with some bands including Type O Negative, Rob Zombie, and Cradle of Filth's logos, and was even supported by Type O Negative's Kenny Hickey for it. In other news, it looks like Poison is ready to make a huge announcement. There's a countdown clock that's appeared on the band's website, and a lot of people are speculating that it will be some sort of announcement, maybe some tour dates with Motley Crue and Def Leppard that's supposed to happen next year. Now, the countdown clock is set to expire this Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern, but there's been other clues too as to what it could be. So Bret Michaels has given some interviews recently where he said that he was working on, as he put it, something incredible in regards to the band's touring plans. And he even gave an interview to Loudwire recently where he talked about how we can expect some new Poison music coming out pretty soon, probably by the end of this year or in 2020. Keep in mind, it's been 12 years since Poison put out their last studio album, which was 2007's Poisoned, which was mostly just a cover album of rock and roll songs. And then their last album of original material was 2002's Hollyweird. So we'll have to wait and see what they announce, but I'm guessing it's going to be the tour. So that concludes today's news, guys. Speaking of Poison, the reason I covered Poison, because I don't really cover them a whole lot, is I have done some episodes on them on my channel. I did, I think it was on their first album I did. An episode on, and then this Friday we're going to be talking about Poison. This was a fan suggestion. We're talking about their dreadful 1991 performance at the MTV Video Music Awards that pretty much showed that CeCe DeVille was on his way out of the band. It's a pretty funny video. It's pretty incredible that this happened on live TV, and you could just see the band falling apart and really not knowing what was going on in the group. So go check that out Friday. Tomorrow we're going to be having a video all about the Montreal incident involving Metallica and Guns N' Roses in 1992, where singer James Hetfield almost died on stage because of a pyrotechnic accident. So you guys can tune in for that. And you know what? It was funny. I was sitting down and looking at some of the videos I want to do later this month because I haven't written all the scripts yet. There's going to be a lot of variety coming towards the end of the month. There's some really cool stories. There are going to be a couple like hip-hop stories I want to do too. It's not a genre I want to go into too much, but there's some really fascinating stories I think are definitely worth exploring, and I think you guys will probably enjoy as well. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. I hope you guys are having a good week. Take care.